Hello, I want to talk about the difference between doing something and trying something, because you need bravery to want change. You need to be brave and take that leap and make a choice. It's like if you have two choices in your life and you have to make a decision, there is no wrong decision, because even if you do something, you take that option and it turns out to be the wrong thing, you just make a different change after that. What's difficult is sticking in the middle and not making a choice, not moving. And that's what trying is. Trying doesn't work. Yoda, he really had it right when he says there is no try, there is do or do not. And people that come to me, they have to make a choice whether they're going to do this or not, because that's how it works. RTT is a doing thing. It's something you do. It's not something you try, because it's going to work. So you have to want it to work. Because the thing is, a lot of the things that we have that we're struggling with, people have them because they're using the word I or my arthritis, my phobia, my whatever it is. They're identifying with it. They're constantly telling themselves, telling the body, I have XYZ. Or this is I, all the time, reinvesting it in themselves, because the body hates the idea, or your mind does more correctly. Your mind hates the idea of loss. So that's why weight loss doesn't work, because your mind hears loss and it thinks of a bereavement, a grief. It's losing something. And especially if you're telling yourself that that's yours. So then that's when things that you're trying don't work, because you're identifying with them and your body's all already thinking that, well, that's mine. I don't want to lose that. That is mine. You're telling me that's mine. Okay, so I'm keeping it. That's how this works. So that's why we have to work with your subconscious mind, and you have to be willing to do, not to try, to do, to give me a chance to do this. Okay. Recently I came across a girl a little while ago, really sad story, mum asking for crowdfunding to get some fancy treatment online. So obviously I said, look, I know I can help here. Offered help, offered free help. And she didn't, the mum got back to me straight away, but the girl, it was a couple of months down the line. And we had a little conversation backwards and forwards, and I thought, the person I am now is a person that's different. Then back then I would have tried anything. Now as a therapist, I know that unless she's willing to do, it's not going to work. And I was listening to her language and the things she was saying, and I thought, no, she's too invested in this. She's not at that point she's ready, even though she's really making herself ill here. I mean, it ended up with her saying along the lines of she was willing to give it a go. And at that point I just went, it's all red flags, because willing to give it a go implies you're doing it for somebody else, not for me even. I don't need you to do this. You need you to do this, and the thing is, people get invested in having these things. There's a subconscious payoff. That's why we work with your subconscious. Subconsciously, you're getting something out of this. It's giving you something, whether that's attention or punishing yourself for something. I mean, anorexia is a particularly tricky one, because it's like having something under your skin that you can't locate. But we can in your subconscious. I mean, sometimes anorexia is a fear of growing up, or a fear of having a true adult woman's body and all the implications that brings. It can be a number of things, but we do find out under hypnosis what the client's particular thing is. So I had to leave it with that girl and move along and leave her to it, to decide whether she'd ever come to, to really wanting to do this, not try it, do it. And I noticed down the line, I came across something else online, and, looking for a house due to illness was something she was saying. And I thought, you're just identifying with this thing in every aspect of your life, because all you needed to do there was say, looking for a place, I want X, Y, and Z. You don't have to say due to illness. That's when illness is running your life. That's when illness is like this thing sat on your shoulder that's going, yeah. we're in control here, we've got all the power and we're loving it, aren't we? We're just absolutely loving it because our whole life is identified by having this thing. There's something, even anorexia, as horrible as it is, and the damage you're doing to yourself, subconsciously it's feeding something that likes that, and we need to get to the bottom of that, and you have to let me do it. You don't come to me to try something or to, you know, do it for 30 seconds and then say I just don't like it. That's when you're never going to get past something, you know, because there's something there that's saying we want to hang on to this. And you have to be willing to let me do the work to stop that for you. And that's why for some people it's scary. And you have to have an element of bravery. I mean, I don't want people to lose decades because, you know, it took me 30 years at least to get here. And I don't want this, especially like for young people. I don't want them to lose their physical health or all of the things that they get to have right now by not doing, by not making this choice now and giving it a go. That's what I want for my clients, and I want clients to come and want to do the work and want to really, really invest in this. So if that's you, get in touch.